All right, so it's a nice comfortable seated posture of choice, making sure you're able to sit with a lovely tall spine. So we want to really engage that lower abdominal area. Think about drawing those muscles up, almost like you've got a piece of string connecting the lower pelvic muscles to the sort of lower part of your ribs. And then we want the side muscles curling, the side muscles scooping in towards our belly button. So we have the up, in, and then a little pull back towards our spine. So just engaging that zone, really anchoring down through the seat bones. Going to place the hands down on your knees. If you're sitting in a different way, just have them placed down on the floor to help pull down the shoulders and lengthen the neck. Good, now we're going to drop the chin towards the chest. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just gently lifting the chin, slightly looking up. So we don't want to tip the head back too far, but just a nice open through the front of the throat. And then tipping the head down and then back up. Now I'm going to take a few circles into that head and neck. So dropping the chin, nice big circle around. And then back to center. And then the other direction, drop the chin, nice big circle around. And back to center. Nice, guys. We're going to do some seated cat and cows today. So now if you aren't sitting with your legs crossed, do try and come into a cross-leg position. Alternatively, you can sit this way as well, yeah, if it's too much for your hips. So we're going to curl the belly back. Again, think of that pull back. Think of drawing those abdominals backwards, then moving through your straight, tall spine, and then into an open arch, so sending the ribs forward. So we curl the body back. Seated cat and cow, really good for the spine. And then up and forward. And let's take two more. Curling back. And up and forward. Nice. Finding that lovely tall spine. Last little stretch for our warm up. Reaching those arms out wide. Tipping over to one side. Just take a nice side bend. Deep breath there. And then we're going to direct that arm backwards. So we're going to open through the pecs, really extend through the chest, back over to the side, and then gently draw the body up. Other side, reaching over. Deep breath here. Gently pull it back over to the side, and coming up. Nice, everyone. All right, let's make our way down onto our back body. So just swinging your legs forward, rolling down through your spine. Think of that nice execution of that roll down with one vertebrae at a time, peeling that down to the mat. As you arrive, bring your knees with you and enjoy a nice little rock across that lower back. So just taking some time to sort of apply a bit of pressure from the floor to those lower back muscles, the seat bones. You can take some little circles and then reverse, other direction. As it is a morning sort of class, you want to make sure those hips are a little bit more sort of awareness on the hips before we get moving. So now take your feet to the edge of your mat. So you're in a sort of a wider stance, arms out to the side, and just take a nice little rock with those knees, little windscreen wiper from left to right. Excellent, guys. All right, we're going to start with our pelvic roll-ups today to our bridge posture, really engaging the core, the glutes, firing up the leg muscles. But we're going to start with some pelvic floor tilts, yeah? So taking your hands and then just place them onto your hips here. So you're really finding that physical, visual awareness to the hip bones. Tuck your pelvis. Think of drawing your lower abdominals up under your ribs like we talked about in the warm-up. Slightly peeling it forward off the mat a little bit at the bottom there. And then push the hips away and you'll start to feel the pelvic floor and the pelvis tilt the other direction, and you get like a little bit of a space underneath your back body. So tuck the pelvis, imprint the spine onto the mat, feel the lower part of your abdominals really working here, and then push them away. Excellent. Now we're going to roll it all the way up. So we're going to tuck that pelvis. We're going to send the arms up. Find that engagement as you peel the spine slowly and efficiently off the mat. As you get to the top, you're going to squeeze the glutes, lift those heels, and then continue that roll back down. Smoothly through that spine. Drop the bottom and drop the heels. Re-prepare. So we're going to exhale on this roll up. Think about that pathway as you're exhaling to peel the spine up, lifting the heels and easing it back down. Smooth, smooth, smooth. All the way down. Dropping the bottom, dropping the heels. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Exhaling on the roll up, lifting the heels. I'm going to inhale as we lower. All the way down. Nice, guys. Okay, let's hold the next one at the top. So we're going to take this roll up, we're going to hold it at the top. We're going to lift the pelvis a little bit higher, lift those heels. And we're going to take some little clams up here. So we're going to open the arms and the knees out to the side and then back in. Now, if it feels too much for your shoulders, you can have the arms down and you can just continue this movement with your legs. Keep that as an option. So knees are opening and then squeeze and open and squeeze. We're going to take 3 more for 3, 2. Really nice work. We've got 1 more. Hold it here. See if you can lift your bottom a little bit higher and then ease it down all the way down. Really nice work, guys. Drop those knees from side to side. Feel that glute engagement switched on. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're going to go straight into our abs now. So hands to the back of your head. We're going to start with some gentle crunches. So exhale as you come up, pull your belly down, and inhale as you lower. Exhale, squeezing to lift, and inhale as you come down. So just finding, again, gentle awareness into that zone that we're focusing on, our abdominals. Think of pulling them down as you lift your body up, squeezing into that position and down. Let's take 4 more and lower, and 3 and down, and 2 and 1. Good. Now stay up here. You're going to take tiny little pulses. So tiny little pulses up here. Keep in mind, if it feels too much for your neck, just to stop this. Go back to the single reps. Otherwise, those little pulses is like an extra little squeeze or an engagement in those abs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ease it down. Lovely. Just give your head and neck a little rest there. Nice, guys. We're going to come back up to that nice crunch position, and we're going to take our right knee in towards our chest. So just give your right knee a nice tight squeeze, a little bit of a shuffle from side to side. You want to feel the top of that hip starting to open with this gentle little movement here. And then extend your left leg out long. So we've got the left leg out long. We're going to flex the left foot. We're going to draw that leg up nice and strong. And then exhale, push the leg back away from you. So inhale, flex as you draw that leg up. And exhale, push away. Nice. Now you can stay here. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you're going to take your hands to the back of your head and lower it down. Good. Let's take 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. We've got 1 more like this. Lovely. Now you're going to hold that position. If that feels too intense, just place that foot down onto the mat for an easier version. Otherwise, staying here, we're going to come across with the opposite elbow. Back to center. Across with the opposite elbow. And center. We have 3. Inhale. 2. And last one. Good. Hold it here. And then hug your knees down. Excellent, guys. Take a deep breath, a little rock. And we're going to take that on our other side. So this time you're going to squeeze your left knee in towards your chest. Just giving it that nice tight squeeze to begin. And then maybe some very gentle circles just to open that hip. Both directions. Finding space there. Nice, everyone. Okay, draw the body up, squeezing that knee in towards your chest. Send your right leg out long. Find that extension. Good. So we're going to flex the foot to draw that leg up. And then really think of reaching it strong away from you as you extend. So inhale, find that length, and exhale. Good. Remember, you can make it harder. Take those hands to the back of your head. And down. We're going to take 2 more. Keep the lower abdominals engaged. You want to keep that lower back really protected here. So really tuck slightly through that pelvis. Find that core control. Nice, guys. Now remember, you can hold it here. You can place the foot down for a little softer version. We're going to come across with that elbow. And inhale, center. Exhale. And center. And center. Let's take 3 more. For 3. And center. 2. Lovely, guys. 1 more. Hold it here. Really hold that position strong. And then hug the knees in. Lovely job, everyone. The rock. Just release that lower back. Nice. We're going to do single leg pulls down, then into some scissors, but we're going to do an adjusted scissor if your hamstrings don't feel quite warm enough to do the full one today. So as it is a morning class, just going to monitor your availability there. But we're going to start with our right knee first. So right knee towards your chest. We're going to do our 2 pulses before our extension. So we take our 2 pulses and then exhale, switch. Good. Now remember, this can also be done with soft knees, should it feel too much for the back of your legs. Otherwise, we're going for a lovely straight extension, finding that mobility in our body with use of that beautiful breath. Good. Let's take 2 more. Really strong breathing. Now we're going to go into our scissors. So modified scissors if you need. Otherwise, stretching through the legs. Back of the calf. We want to aim for the back of the calf. Some teachers say the back of the thigh, but I say the calf because it helps you elevate a little higher with your upper body. So you have to reach just that little bit more, and it will give you a little bit stronger engagement in your abs. Inhale, exhale. Let's take 2 more. Nice. And give those knees a squeeze. Awesome. Have a little rock. Beautiful work, guys. Take some circles. Just release that lower back. Really nicely done. Okay. Let's take a few of our roll-ups to seats, yeah? So again, keeping that modification available. Bending the knees, using your arms to pull you up. Still like a really hard version, okay? Otherwise, we're going to have the legs stretching out long here. Gentle distance with the feet apart. We're going to reach those arms back. Find a beautiful torso stretch first. So really enjoy this initial stretch here. Nice moment just to stretch out those abs. Then taking a lovely deep breath in. Nice strong exhale as we find that lovely torso. We're dropping the shoulders. Good, now we're going to twist to one side. So twist to one side for your roll down today, making it a little bit harder. Curling back from here. So it's slightly engaging the obliques on that twisted side. And then when you get about halfway, you're going to navigate back to the center and then continue that roll down. Deep breath in, exhale. Find that tall back, really drop the shoulders. If you're like me, you always have to think about those shoulders. Keep them low. Twisting over, and then find that roll down here. So that twist engagement, that continuation of that roll down, finding the center, and then easing it down, inhaling. Good, we're going to take 2 more. Exhale. Dropping the shoulders, twist. Maybe you can twist a bit further now. Easing it down, make those obliques work a little bit harder. Back through center. Inhaling, keep length in the legs. Exhaling. Dropping those shoulders, twisting and curling it down. Nice, nice, nice. Keep that control all the way down. Beautiful work, guys. Give the knees a squeeze. Awesome. And we're going to roll over to our side. Really good, everyone. So just taking yourself onto your side. Make sure you've got, you probably do it at your home, but make sure you've got some space in front of you for a little bit of extension work. As always, you can support the neck or you can lie yourself down. Also, there is always the option to have like a towel or like a soft pillow here as well, which you can just use one at home, but you can also buy all this stuff online. But you just have a rolled up jumper or something here that can often help neck alignment too. Otherwise, yeah, we're in our 90-degree angle, so same as our supine twist position but forward. And I want you just to take your hand and make sure that you've got a fist distance apart between your knees here. So we're going to take this leg up and then easing it down. Good. Deep breath in, up and down. Good. Let's take one more. Down. Good. Now just holding it there. One moment, guys. I'm just going to check my screen. It's just gone a bit dark. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to double check my speaker keeps muting me. One moment. Once it, yeah, I just had a meltdown with my internet. Sorry, one second. That's so strange. Okay, just one moment, my lovelies. See. Need to put something in this. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. It might cut out again, but let's just continue. Sorry about that disruption. Okay, so back on our sideline, we've done 3 there. So we're just going to continue with that. so sorry about that. And 4 of those. Nice. Good. Now you're going to go straight into your extension. So you're just going to stretch that leg forward, tap the floor, lift, and then back in. And stretching forward and tap, lift, and in. Good. So 4 of these. So we just have 2 more. And with this one, I was thinking about working the back of that leg. So finding that extension with control. Nice. Good. Now hold it here. Tiny little circles in front of you. And then reverse the circles. Good. Now you're going to take a strong flex through your foot. You're going to sweep that leg back behind you. 2 little pulses. And then scoop forward. Good. So really pushing that heel strong for 2. And then forward for 2. Good. Let's do 2 more of these. And forward. And last one. Nice. Good. Take that leg out to the bottom of your mat. Slide your underneath leg out long. We're just going to do 4 joins here. So lifting that underneath leg and lower. And lift and lower. Good. 2 more. Nice. Hold it here. Little pulses to finish there. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it strong. Lift and hold. And relax. Lovely, guys. We're going to go straight into a little side plank before we do that all on our second side. So we're going to do forearm side plank, setting yourself up nice and strong. fist or hand down, shoulder directly over that elbow. And remember, you can always keep that underneath leg down for a little adjustment if you need. Otherwise, we're going to take both legs out long, stacking the feet or one in front of the other, and we're going to hold it here, pushing the floor away. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and ease it down. Lovely work, everyone. Sit yourself up, take a little stretch there. Beautiful. And let's swing the legs around. We're going to do that all on our second side. So just preparing your second side. Good. Finding that same position. Again, you can just take that adjustment with your hand just to check that you've got that awareness in the alignment, because we don't want it to come down. We want to keep that structure. And we're just going to take those little leg lifts and down. And as you do this, so we're working hip mobility here. As you do this, you don't want to tip back with the movement, yeah? Think about your hip here anchoring you down. So you're strengthening that rotator. And we lift. Good, I think we've done too many now. Last one. Good, and then we're going to do that extension. So you're going to stretch the leg long in front of you and bend it in. And stretch. And bend. Good, 2 more. Really draw that abdominal wall strong and in towards your spine. Nice. Take that leg forward, little circles. So going one direction, then reverse. Really nicely done, everyone. Good. Hold it there. Take that flexion in the foot. We're going to push it back like you're pushing something heavy back and then scooping it forward. Pushing it back for 2 and scoop. Good. Pushing it back and forward. Let's take one more of these. Good. Hold it strong. Nicely done. Sweep it to the bottom of your mat. Last little set here. We're going to slide that underneath leg out long. We're just going to lift it to the top leg and lower. Squeeze to lift and lower. And up and lower. Squeeze up. Good. Let's take one more. Nice. Good. Now we're going to hold it up there and we're going to find those little pulses. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold. Nice, guys. Take a relax down. Just take a moment there. We're going to push up and find that side plank second side. So as you did on the first side, if you need that underneath leg to rest down, take that option. Otherwise, you're going to push yourself up, finding your full plank, and we're just holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and ease it down. Lovely work, everyone. Push yourself up, have a little bit of a side stretch there. Taking that final deep breath. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're going to finish before we move into our little stretch cool down with a little plank variation. So coming onto your hands and knees, remembering with plank work, you can always adjust it. We're going to do a knee combination, but if you need the variation with the knees down, just taking that version. So shoulders directly over your hands. You're going to tuck your toes from your box position, already thinking about that engagement in your abs. Slide your right leg back and then left leg to follow, and you're in your plank. Now, if that feels too much, try to keep the body where it is and just drop your knees. So you're still working that sort of diagonal line. If you're here, you're not working as hard. So try to keep down. And we're going to hold it here. And we're just going to do some little knee taps. You're going to tap your right knee down and stretch, and left knee down and stretch. We have 5. Good. So that's 1. Nice. And 4. We're going to keep that breath. Inhaling and exhaling for 3. Good. Inhale. Exhale 2. And last one. Nice. Hold it strong. And relax it down. Lovely work, guys. Take yourself to a little child's pose or a little shell stretch. Just relaxing down there. Relaxing your head, relaxing your back body. Think of reaching your arms forward, so you're really taking a lovely open through the back of the chest. Nice, and then just rolling yourself up, swinging those legs around. We're going to take both legs forward, sitting on your tall on your seat bones. Take a few circles into your ankles and your wrists. So getting those final little clicks out. Then find yourself sitting really tall here as you reach your arms up and then sending the body forward over those legs. So nice one here as well. You can take your hands to the back of your neck, just relaxing here, taking your hands onto your feet. Taking just 2 more breaths. Slowly roll up through your spine. And then take your right leg or your left leg, place it across your seated leg and take a little twist here. So strong flex through the underneath foot, and then take your hand and just sort of twist your body across that knee. So we're using that connection to find a nice rotation in the spine, get a nice stretch up your side, the side of your glute here, and then try to look around to the back behind you. Good, and then coming back through center, taking that on the other side. Really want to feel that rotation happening all the way from your lower spine up to your head. And back through center. Nice, guys. Okay, let's find, as we started our class, our seated position of choice. We're going to take some neck stretches to finish today. So dropping your right ear towards your right shoulder and then taking your hand just very gently assisting that head down. And then take your chin now towards the chest. Slight diagonal here, getting the back of that neck. And then release the arm, rolling through center, lifting that head second side. Our head, the heaviest part of our body, carrying it around on the top of our neck and spine all day. So really good to give it a stretch when we can. Taking that diagonal stretch now. And release and back through center. Lovely, guys. Let's finish with our 3 deep breaths for our mind, body, and soul. Really closing off our practice with good positive energy. So breathing in, reaching the arms up, taking in that breath. Big grounding exhale. Good. Breathing in again. And exhale. Good, and last one, deep breath in. A nice grounding exhale. Good job, my lovelies. Well done. Thank you so much.